Good morning, everybody. I'm Seagold. This is Poor Man's Trade Podcast. We're trading everything from stocks to crypto. Crypto been fucking sad lately. We're not even talking about fucking crypto right now. That shit is on sale. So if you got some money for some crypto, you buy yourself some fucking crypto. You're going to damn near double whatever the fuck you put money into. Bitcoin, XRP. I ain't really looked at all the other fucking ones. I just know they damn near down about half from where they were fucking 6 months ago. So I'm predicting that the motherfuckers are going back up about double sometime in the next year or two. Might be next 6 years. I don't fucking know. Might be next month. Shit. Well, damn. I'm gonna fucking try this. Now this motherfucker done. I don't know though. It might not. It might hit two and fucking come back up. I'm trying to buy that bitch at two. Put a stop below it. Below $1.98. We'll see what the fuck it does first. Damn. Alright, we'll make it $1.90. A little bit more wiggle room. Well, what's right here, buddy? Fucking motherfucker. What's this? What's this VWAP? Shelf $1.91. Yeah, I'll make it $1.90. Or we can't get back over $2. Alright, I think it's gonna keep falling. 30 cents. I'm gonna get some coffee. I'll be right back. We're gonna try to buy. Fuck's the thing over here. Damn, you didn't waste no time to hit my shit with some spam fucking messaging, huh? Damn. I've only been streaming for fucking 4 minutes. You hit me on the fucking 2 minute mark. Alright, should have waited for the pullback. Thing is going to fall through. MACD getting ready to cross back to negative. I want to buy it lower, closer to the fucking 200. It's the last low, 43. I'm trying to get a bit as close to 240 as I can. With a stop below it. Well, was a stop below the 200. Oh, that bitch right there. We're gonna see if it'll crack up through the high day. Alright, so we just gonna hang out. Probably like 9:30. Let this motherfucker pop off the bottom. And retest VWAP. Try to break through it. I made like 8% on this thing though earlier. Like I wasn't even like at my computer. I pulled up the screen on my phone. It was like, oh shit. And I hopped on this motherfucker. Let me see. Let's go pull it on back here. It was like right here after this motherfucking bitch. This big fucking bottoming tail here. Oh, this one here. But so this bottoming tail into this big veiny bastard here, I fucking sold out. And then I rolled over, went back to fuck sleep. I sure as fuck did. I was like, yep, that was a good fucking boom boom move right there. And then it ended up to here. You know, I mean, I didn't see it, but it's what it did. And now, I mean, this is completely the backside. What normally happens is here lately, a couple of these pull back down to like the almost the 200, if not to the 200, and then rip back up to the high of day, or at least get up to like a little above VWAP. Or 2 VWAP. It varies a little bit each one, but that's where we're at with this. So let's see this motherfucker going to pull up off the 200 into fucking a high a day at market over. I am going to do. I'm gonna reset this motherfucking shit. Give me some more fucking money. I'm gonna go to 5K. I'm gonna trade a couple more motherfucking stocks. Let's do 100 shares here. A lot of the 200, so let's see what it does. And then Fuse and DKI are both popping up. Let's see if it'll get up over 120. Come on. There we go. There we fuck go. Count that bitch there. It's gonna pull back. Buy that bitch as it pulls back to 120. Wait for a pullback. Like, this motherfucker doing what I thought. Buying that bitch at 200. It was stop below. I don't know. I want to see what this motherfucker next candle does before I decide if I get out of this or not. Hmm. This is the other one that's been up on the day. News is within the last hour. And the low float, it's at 19 fucking million. It's actually not low. Higher float. Wait for this thing to pull back to the 20. Oh.
I was chasing shadows, moving too fast. Didn't see the way our love couldn't last. Now I'm stuck replaying what I put you through. Every night I'm haunted by the thought of you. If you need my loving, call me and I'll step on through. And we can talk all night long. If you want this loving, then call me and I'll drive to you. And we can touch all night long. Just call me and I'll come through.
Come on, motherfucker. Come on. You know you want to fall to that 200 mark. Looks like we're getting a little pop back on, nope, not this one. Pop back up on a swivel. About that motherfucker at 200. And put my stop below it. I'm gonna get a little wiggle room, but I'm gonna chillax and see what happens.
You don't cry, you're not strong enough to care. Getting lost in my own pain, not in the game. One more dance to see me. I've been hoping we could try. Not a lie alone tonight. I will never have the life you stole. Now I'm keeping everything in my soul. If you call me in the night, I will ask you every time.
Here we go. Here we go. Come on, you big green veiny bitch. Let's roll. Oh, you a whole whore. Nope, we just go before it even keep going further. I should have got out with that little green pop.
People fail to pass the test. Holding out for a last chance. The heart to relapse. One more light to take me. And I hope that you won't try. 'Cause I don't wanna know if I get out.
Should have held that shit. You a whole whore. Damn. Shit, I got it. I'm buying another one. And what did they fucking SWL just tank it? Did. bastard. Oh, it's coming back. Yeah, it's coming back down.
som da vida é convite a sonhar, pisando nas estrelas, vou me iluminar. Na dança do tempo, encontro alegria, longe do medo, onde a esperança guia, guia.
I won't go down to the parties that my eyes are shut and the glowing red. I don't need sleep 'cause it's all in my head. It's all in my head. It's all in my head. You can find me on the dance floor, moving like a zombie for sure. My skin is looking paler. I'll figure it out later. Don't be so concerned. Just exaggerate.
Oh. I'm back. Right. Right. Test. All right. What the fuck is he saying?
But there's this weird kind of like acceptance of this. I don't know. The whole thing is weird.
Right.
So he says, from Jeffrey to Peter Thiel, as you probably know, I represent the Rothschilds. I was hoping to figure out a way for the bank that has 160 billion in it in management to do something in tech, but client list in the world, best client list in the world, prehistoric products. It can wait. Good luck in China. I'll be back in Europe again 20 through 28, then island. So if you want to come around the world going west, come to the island, or if you'd like to meet in Saudi at the end of the month. Thiel responds, certainly not in Saudi. Just think I will avoid the Middle East for the next decade or so. Should be back in the East Coast late April, May, sometime in NYC or on island then. But there you have Epstein admitting, I represent the Rothschilds. I represent the Rothschilds. That's probably who his boss was. That was referenced in the other email. Jeffrey Epstein and Peter Thiel were discussing a plan that would destabilize Iraq, Iran, Libya, Syria, Palestine, Lebanon, and Egypt. Quote, the more of a mess with just lots of bad guys on different sides, the less we will do. I keep hearing your, quote, intentionality argument. Imagine if this mess is what Obama really wanted. Iraq, Iran, Libya, Syria, Palestine, Lebanon, Egypt. We would have to admit a strategy brilliantly executed.
You're a dork.
To which
I do.
Thiel responds, the intentionality argument would center on making sure the U.S. gets less involved with the rest of the world. I think that's the, quote, plan, but more of a mess, just lots of bad guys on different sides, the less we will do. When was this? 2014. Epstein apparently had a hand in picking a Supreme Court justice. In a message to Steve Bannon, he said Starr talked to Cruz and Cotton for Kavanaugh. It's safe to assume he was talking about Ted Cruz and Tom Cotton, and that he was referring to Brett Kavanaugh, Supreme Court Justice. I'm assuming Starr is maybe Ken Starr, lawyer and former Solicitor General of the United States. The message is dated July 4th, 2018. President Trump formally announced and nominated Kavanaugh July 9th, 2018, several days later. It sounds like Epstein had direct involvement with picking a Supreme Court justice, and Bannon knew. Did Cruz and Cotton push Kavanaugh on Trump? It's an interesting question. And of course, we've seen from other emails from other people associated with this cabal, things like Larry Ellison emailing Ehud Barak about how Tony Blair and Marco Rubio should be, teamed up together because they were both such good friends of theirs. They both worked so hard for their shared interests. And there's a lot in the Epstein files about Marco Rubio, including claims that he was the original funder of the Steele dossier, which I find very interesting. We may be able to get into that a little bit later. There's also a very bizarre claim about providing Jeffrey Epstein pints of Mormon blood, which is absolutely crazy. With some very scandalous pictures there. This highlighted by @LDS Abuse, as it appears the Mormon Church was involved in Epstein to no small degree. Epstein and Joshua Fink, that's BlackRock CEO Larry Fink's sons, emailed each other. And there are these weird emails. I mean, some of these emails, I sure hope they came from like
Crazy how
preteen girls,
Larry
because that's how
Fink's in
they're
the
written.
motherfucker Epstein files.
I mean, they're just these creepy emails that are just like, I gave you my whole
Fucking
body.
Klaus Schwab and them bitches
know,
too.
Whatever. And if it's
All
a
in them. It
teenage
seemed
girl,
like
then it's
Klaus
just, like,
Schwab,
heartbreaking that this like poor girl
the
was,
globalist
she
program
didn't
had a
really
lot of
believe the lies
conversations
of
with
this
Jeffrey Epstein.
billionaire that was like, oh, I love you, you're amazing, you're gonna be my wife, like all this stuff.
What?
She was just being strung along, literally pimped out, turned into a whore, and she like thought it was something real, and that's sort of just like devastating and heartbreaking. But then if it's the same stuff being said by like adult men to each other, the whole thing is creepy as hell. That seems to be what this is suggesting. Just bizarre. But in this is one of the mentions of Goyim. You asked me to violate a basic conviction of mine and have an abortion. Your mother said it would be in your best interest if I did. You now ask why you should be ashamed now that it is the high holy days It's simple. You behaved just like the goyim you do not respect. After the holiday, I'll be willing to share a meal. No sex, none. I love you. My Jewish studies say that at 13 you should become a man. It's not too late. Like, to me, that sounds like a 16-year-old Jewish girl writing that. But then there's this like exchange between Joshua Fink. It seems to be suggesting he's the one saying this. I don't know. Some of this is just like beyond figuring out exactly. But it reminds me of a couple things. One, I want to talk about sort of the racial, religious, Jewish supremacy aspect of this, which thankfully, because of the hatred of white people that's been mainstreamed over the last 10 years, we know how to talk about this. We can find, articles, places like the ADL that are like, how to talk to white people about the uncomfortable topic of white supremacy. Basically being like, it might be a little uncomfortable
Damn,
for you to hear that
SWBL is just
we want to eradicate
all the
your
way
race,
down.
but you need to accept this and learn to understand to be okay with it, okay? And it's like, all right, well, we'll take that same
So
strategy here.
it might not get a
We'll
pop
just
up.
talk to the Jews and say, look, this might be uncomfortable. This might make you feel like you're being attacked. You're not, though. Only unlike the ADL, I actually mean it. Only unlike the ADL, I actually don't hate entire races of people. But I do see the way that anti-Semitism is played up and is
I'm looking for
propagandized
Fuse
in
to
order
jump.
to convince the average Jewish person that they should step in the line of fire for these elite billionaires who don't give a damn about them and will use them just as soon as they'll use
DKI.
anybody else, despite their claims of, genetic superiority or whatever else. These people are scum with a capital S. So don't fall for it and don't think that you have to protect the Jewish people by standing up and stopping the slander against innocent Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, that's how it comes across. So just why would you do that? It's crazy. That is crazy. But there's a game that I like to play, and we haven't played in a while. It's called Wikipedia Hopscotch. You go to Wikipedia, you start with a name like Jeffrey Epstein, you just hop around and you just click on blue links and you see where it goes. Because what you find very rapidly is that just about everybody in a position of power in the American government are the sons or daughters of people who were powerful in the American government. And that they all are closely related to a whole bunch of other extremely important and powerful people. And it's not a coincidence. Shouldn't be a surprise. Because what we're dealing with here is, yes, it's a mafia. Yes, it's a, ethnic superiority, group of people that feel they have the right to impose control on other groups because of their genetic or, divine superiority, whatever it is. And so you do have, that aspect of it. And we need to talk about that. We need to, figure out how to deal with that. While at the same time, we need the average Jewish person to understand we need them on our side and being against this. But look up, start with something maybe
So
like
we're
the
just kind
Ukraine
of
war
waiting.
that we have documents in here where Jeffrey Epstein is telling the Rothschilds, hey, if we overthrow the Ukraine government, there's a lot of opportunity for us. Start with Ukraine. You look at like Victoria Nuland, see who her husband is. Go check out Anthony Blinken, see who his stepdad was and who he maybe represented as a lawyer. You'll very, very quickly arrive at names like Ghislaine Maxwell, and you can go to her dad and find out who he was. Known as the super spy, a triple agent between the UK, Mossad, and MI6, or rather Russia, KGB, MI6, and Mossad. Because this is in part a mafia, it's in part an ethnic supremacy type of thing, and it's in part
3 minutes.
a form of meritocratic nobility, is how I'd put it. In that the position's going to go to the son or daughter of somebody established in this network. You don't inherit it automatically all the time. Sometimes you do. The Soros family is doing a direct inheritance sort of thing. right? George Soros hands the baton to his son. The son assumes the role as the new prince, and all loyalty is and fealty is transferred to him, and all of the subjects go and pay respect to him and kiss his feet and take pictures of him with him. So sometimes it is just direct lineage, but usually it's more of a here's a group of people with a lot of kids and a lot of positions of power, and they go to the best universities, and so you have a big pool of people to choose from, and you slot them into the positions where they're needed at any certain time. So it's a form of like shadow black nobility, but it has a meritocratic element to it that you're not automatically given the position, but you are a candidate that they'll choose from to put in a position. That's the way this operates. And you play a little Wikipedia hopscotch, hop around, figure out who's related to who, and this all becomes rather unavoidable. More on the other side. We're going to finish out getting into all of the most offensive and horrifying stuff. So don't go anywhere, folks. It's the Alex Jones Show. I'm your host, Harrison Smith. Return in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
The entire world is racing into the fourth turning and the greatest quickening our species has seen in 10,000 years of recorded history. You know you're in a war, right? And it's a declared war. The globalists have declared war on Team Humanity. They've declared war on the God that made us. It is not incredible. It is not heroic. It is not amazing to fight this. It is survival. This is the priority. This is the real world. This is game time. This is the crossroads of human destiny right now. Right now. And I see a bunch of other people not realizing how desperate the situation is. We need maximum urgency. We're up against the most evil people the world's ever seen. Don't you understand that? I don't want anybody to go out and be physically violent. I want you to kill with truth. Kill with your will. Kill their lies. Now, this new product is incredible. It's from our sponsor, Bigley, at thealexjonestore.com. Optimal Human, you love the green powder, super nutrient, the very best out there. Well, this is Optimal Human Nootropic called Mind Fuel. Introducing Mind Fuel, a super healthy, super strong energy nootropic adaptogen, which doesn't make you sick, doesn't have a letdown. It is incredible. Not just a few of the bottles. Look how many bottles are in there. And I only drink about half a bottle a day. It's so strong. Well, look at that right there, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what comes in each box of this. And it is simply amazing. Optimal Human Nootropic Mind Fuel is here. This clean, caffeine-free energy shot is designed for clear thinking, steady focus, and zero compromise. It's time to abandon sugary energy drinks and stimulant-heavy formulas in favor of clean, functional, nootropic-based energy. 0 calories, sugar-free, no crash, no blood sugar spike. Can be used daily without any guilt. Caffeine-free formula, smooth, clean energy, ideal for caffeine-sensitive users and late-day use. It's also got all these other incredible compounds like citicoline, alpha GPC, GABA, supports mental clarity and focus. It appeals to both biohackers and holistic consumers. High-quality electrolytes and B vitamins. More than a brain shot, true functional fuel. Optimal Human Nootropic Mind Fuel, that's the name of the product, isn't just another energy product. It's a smarter alternative for consumers who demand clarity, control, and clean performance without compromise. Get 25% off for life when you become a subscriber. Canceling time for free. Get Mind Fuel now at thealexjonestore.com. And if you've never tried the original superfood greens, Optimal Human, you really want to get this as well. It's the best green food I've ever had at thealexjonestore.com. The widest selection of Patriot apparel, all sorts of cool collectible knives and more. And that's what funds this, and that's what does this. And I really appreciate your support because I can't do it without you. So I want to commend and thank the listeners. But just like I steered you right on gold and silver 2.5 years ago, I got out of the market before that. I said, now's the time. I was totally right. Just like I steer you right on politics. These products are incredible. Get our ultramethylene blue. It is the best in the market. Our Shilajit is the best. Our Irish sea moss is the best. Our turmeric is the strongest. Ultimate turmeric. TheAlexJonesStore.com. You are missing out. You don't get it. I want to thank those that have supported. I want to challenge those that haven't. What are you waiting for?
Just what I needed for my morning jog.
Working 12 to 13 hours a day,
Mind Fuel keeps me on my toes and in the action.
Try this energy shot for a boost like no other. Power your mind and body today.
Leading a frontal assault on the lies of the New World Order, it's Alex Jones.
You thought the leaden winter would bring you down forever, but you rode upon a steamer to the violence of the sun.
Broadcasting live from the UN stronghold, Austin, Texas. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
And the colors of
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Alex Jones Show. I'm Harrison Smith singing for Alex today, although he has just filed another report that we'll go to in just a minute. And we do have some more videos to go to, but there's just so much. There's just so much from the Epstein files. We'll just keep going. We'll keep trudging along here. Again, the more sordid, disgusting stuff. I mean, there's talk of torture. There's talk of torture videos. In fact, maybe I will go to some of these videos because people have looked into, cross-referenced the dates on some of these emails and found who they think they know who Jeffrey Epstein was communicating about torture videos with. And, well, it's exactly who you would expect it to be if you're me, I guess you could say. But let's talk about this. This is from Amber Woods 100 on X. I feel like this needs to be clarified. The Epstein files are not about Judaism or Jewish people. It's about a specific elite power network tied together by money, institution, and influence. That network is mostly Jewish in background, but it's not about faith or religion. Communities are not responsible for the crimes of powerful men, and it's important to remember that, and women, by the way. Accountability requires naming power clearly, not blurring it to protect abusers or silent survivors. It's not the Jews, it's the elites. Well, it's the elite Jews. Yeah. Again, I don't disagree with that at all, because it's exactly how you would treat any ethnic mafia. Replace, Jewish with Italian or Catholic, and it makes perfect sense as well, right? No, it's not the entire community. It's the elite of the community, and they victimize the community just as much as they victimize people outside the community. That doesn't mean it's not ethnically organized, because it obviously is. And doesn't mean that the motivations of the people in these groups aren't ethnic supremacist in nature, which they are, in their own words. I don't have to speculate or project thoughts onto them. It's throughout all of these emails, the way that they use. We start saying the G word, because it really is the N word for non-Jews. It's a slur that is meant to dehumanize anybody that's not Jewish. It would be used the same way that a white racist would use the N word. We'll call it the G word from now on. So she's right, obviously. This doesn't land on all Jewish people, but I will say the onus and the most pressure should be on the Jewish community, just like the pressures on the white community to disavow white supremacists. It's on the Jewish community to disavow this Jewish supremacy, to call it out and to denounce it. Why wouldn't you, right? Because what the Jewish community has been trained to respond in this way is that any of these claims have to be anti-Semitic, and so you have to fight back against them. Not that these are real and that these are real concerns that people really have, but that this is some sort of anti-Semitic canard, and that, by talking about Jeffrey Epstein, we are somehow attacking the average Jewish person, so the average Jewish person is told you have to stand up for yourself, when in reality, you're being tricked into standing up for a bunch of criminal rapists. Okay, so don't fall for that, please. But this, to me, has been almost the biggest thing out of all of this, is the number of people sort of realizing that this is an aspect of the modern Jewish diaspora. People are posting the trend of, the search trend for the word goyim, and it just like goes, straight up. So a lot of people are like finding out about this word for the first time and about the mindset that it represents. But it's not a new thing, and it's not even necessarily like a well-kept secret exactly. There was a reality TV show with the lead singer of Kiss, and in that TV show that broadcasts on cable TV, there's a scene where his car breaks down. And he's looking at the engine with his son, and the son is asking him questions. He's like, "Do you know how to do this?" And the lead singer of Kiss, what's his name? Gene Simmons. He says in this video, he says, "No, I don't know how to do any of this. That's what the goyim are for." And right, that was published on TV. It was like a natural thing, and it's like, that's kind of a weird mindset, though. We don't work on cars. That's what everybody else is for. We drive the cars. We own the cars. We buy the cars. We know how to work on them. We're above such work. And that's the mindset that comes across. And it's a mindset that comes across quite a bit in the emails that are sent, that we'll go to in just a second. But I do want to go to a new report from Alex Jones, again, about the Epstein files, as we continue to dig into this and find out the real detail, the real skin and bones of what we'd previously seen just as sort of a shadow in the distance. And that really is how I feel about it. That it's like we're coloring in, or the other way I often put it is, we can see the stars, but now we need to draw the lines between them to build the constellation. You can always see the independent data points, but these emails are helping us to draw the lines that connect them to give us a full, fleshed out picture, not just the scatter plot of information. Here's Alex Jones talking about some of what's been discovered in the Epstein document release.
I've been watching Harrison live tonight. He's doing a great job getting through all these incredible Epstein files. And I saw him at the start of the show make the point that out of everything, this really is devastating to the British Crown and to Israel, that Epstein was definitely an operative for both groups. We know that. I mean, if you look at Ehud Barak, you look at Larry Summers, all these people, these are Israeli operatives. And they've had undue influence over our country, and they've been using these blackmail rings for control. So is the CIA, so is MI6. But this is a big deal. Some have said, oh, this is coming out because Trump didn't strike Iran, and so Israel's blackmailing him. No, this exonerates Trump and expose the CIA, Mossad, MI6. So this is a huge, 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 huge deal. And you see the raid on Georgia, and you see all this other action. Trump's really getting traction. He's really taking action now. And he came out yesterday and said, yes, it exonerates me, because it does. And it's all Democrats. It's so crazy. And don't forget, we post the reports. Well, there's 7 of us. One piece of pizza's coming. It's really great. It's really going to have a lot of fun with this piece of pizza. And it's the FBI files. That's kids. I mean, just do not let them distract away from that. This is so mega massive. And take this show tonight and share the live feed. Real Alex Jones on X, the Rumble feed at the Alex Jones Show, Infowars.com/show. Take these clips and share them. This broadcast belongs to you. The power of this broadcast all depends on you. So take action now. Their house of cards is coming down. They fought to suppress this. It's totally backfired on the Democrats. The Q folks said Trump's acting like he doesn't want it out, so they pushed for it to come out. And I was like, oh, that sounds crazy. But I got to say, they were right about that. I mean, this is just nuts. This is crazy. They are so dangerous right now, though. They're going to strike back. So we could be talking about what's their next move.
That's so funny that it ends with that, because that's exactly what I was just thinking as you talking about this. But the fact that this stuff is so explosive and there's so much to get through. I mean, that may have been their strategy at the end of it. Is like, look, we have to release this, just dump it all because it's so overwhelming. It might have even been worse if we'd just gotten this in little chunks, because then we could really delve in and examine each. They just blasted everything. And so, right, part of me wants to delve in and talk about all this. The other part of me goes, all right, what am I missing? What is this distracting from? And there are some funny possibilities. Like I saw a thing today going, Donald Trump is preparing to do the disclosure about aliens that visit us. And it's like, guys, not right now. Guys, just no, not right now. Save it for a little while. If it's a real disclosure, if they really do want to disclose aliens, don't do it right now. If you do it right now, no one's going to believe you, because it's obvious that you're just trying to distract from the wealth of information about the giant New World Order control structure dumped on our laps. Now's not the time. So maybe they'll try to distract from that. But it's like, This is so much information, and it's all come out at once. And like I said, there have been some pretty crazy results from this already. Already, there are national politicians in places like Slovakia who have resigned because they're in this. They're in these. Larry Summers, of course, had to resign from OpenAI and Harvard because of an earlier release of the Epstein documents. Apparently, Jay-Z has fled the U.S. because he's mentioned very extensively in the Epstein documents. So while typically I would be concerned about some major false flag attack to prevent this release, now that it's been released, I think the bad guys are on their back foot. I think they don't know what to do at this point and are scrambling behind the scenes, and probably each one individually is trying to cover their own butt and wondering who they need to throw under the bus to survive. So I think this has been a major offensive blow against the New World Order. I mean, it has been. It has been. Because while we've known a lot of this stuff in general for a decade or more, multiple decades at this point, since he was first arrested in 2005, I believe, and InfoWars and Alex were reporting on it in 2005. We've known about this forever, but a lot of people are waking up to this for the first time. And don't go crazy. Don't go insane. Just because you're learning all of this for the first time doesn't mean it's all happening for the first time. And I feel like that's how a lot of people respond. Is as if all of this is happening right now and they're like tearing their hair out. Like, how did we it's like, absorb it, internalize it, understand that our world is run by satanic pedophiles. This has been the case forever, and we've been telling you this forever. Now, I still am able to live my life. I'm still able to have a wife and children. I go out and have fun. This has not black-pilled me into depression. Don't let it black-pill you into depression. Follow me, understand that we have blazed the trail, that we have made this path safe. You can understand this and accept this, and then join the team fighting back against this. This revelation is only possible because of the work that Alex Jones and InfoWars did. And I'm not just saying that to pump ourselves up. I'm saying that because our enemies say that. Why did they come after us like they did? Don't listen to me. Listen to the people that testified under oath in the trial against us, who said over and over again that it was our impact, our influence, the fact that we, above and beyond anybody else, the exact thing they said was, Glenn Beck and Rush Limbaugh combined didn't have nearly the amount of influence that Alex Jones did in 2016 getting Trump elected. We got Trump elected, which kicked off the domino effect of that eventually has resulted in this Jeffrey Epstein release. So if you're learning about this stuff for the first time, if the scales have now been lifted from your eyes, thank God. Welcome to the party. We understand the world is run by the most sickeningly evil people that you've ever seen. Don't let that defeat you. That may be another part of this. This may very well be a deliberate revelation of the method to inure people to it, to make people accept it. To make people think, wow, they control everything. What could we ever do? We better submit. Whatever the purpose of this release is, whether the outcome is intended or not, you know that they want you demoralized. You know that they want you feeling helpless and hopeless. So don't let this information contribute to that feeling. Understand, this is a victory. They have been exposed. They are on the run. They are scrambling. In some cases, they're literally on the run. They're fleeing the country. So we have now the initiative. We are on the offense. Don't let the revelation of all of this make you feel like you've lost, because that is a very dangerous mindset to be in. So this is from AF Post. This is probably one of the most popular examples of this type of post. From AF Post, the Epstein emails include numerous derogatory remarks against Goyim, which is used as an insult by Epstein to Josh, an unnamed Jew, in a 2012 email. Quote, "You behave just like the Goyim you do not respect," said Epstein. Again, if that's Epstein writing that, that's weird as hell. So he's like, "I learned in my Jewish study classes, you're supposed to be a man by 13. It's never too late." And it's like, all right, either this is a teenage Jewish princess that wrote this, in which case I feel bad for her, and I'm not laughing at her. But if that was Jeffrey Epstein saying that, then he's more messed up than we even knew. Regardless, this was the sentiment being shared. An edition of the Shimon Post also appears in the files, quoting former Sephardic Chief Rabbi Ovadia Yosef as saying, Goyim were only born to serve us, Jews, and the Israeli Prime Minister David Ben-Gurion remarking that it does not matter what, quote, the Goyim say, what matters is what the Jews do. The document also includes a discussion of the halakhic rulings concerning the killing of Gentiles by Jews. And again, this was in the files and informs a lot of the usage of those words that you hear in these files. And again, we're seeing people that have sort of avoided this topic for a long time actually address it here, which is, I think, a good thing. Mike Cernovich, one of the best follows on Twitter ever, says the racism Jeffrey Epstein had for white people is evident throughout his emails. That won't get reported on much, but search Goy. It is not used to denote a non-Jewish person. It's a slur. Ethnic and racial hatred of all forms should be called out. Absolutely. Jack Posobiec, there's tons of anti-white hatred for whites in these emails. Goyim all over. Clear that Epstein had no qualm with fleecing whites financially as well as grooming young girls. Now, the reason this, I think, is more prominent and pertinent when it comes to the Jewish mafia is because things like the Italian mafia were operating in total contradiction to basic Catholic teachings. However, depending on which sect of Judaism you're talking about, a lot of rabbis will tell you this is exactly what, the Old Testament or the Talmud, tells Jews how to behave. Because remember, that book's from the Bronze Age. Like, it was instructions for Jews at a time period where they were surrounded by barbarians and had to survive for long enough to deliver the Messiah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is we can go to that video. Let's go to that video. This is one of, if not the most popular political streamer on Twitch. Probably the most popular now that, oh man, I didn't even think about that. Hassan Chenk's nephew just got banned on Twitch. What a terrible time to be banned on Twitch. But now this is Asmongold, probably the number one streamer on Twitch. Here's what he had to say after, reading some of this stuff.
Here we go. Goyim were born to only serve us, he said in a 2010 sermon. Without that, they have no place in the world, only to serve the people of Israel. Guys, this is insane.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It is insane. I mean, not that insane. But how do you get people who are going along with like torture sessions and, kidnapping people and raping them? Well, how do you get soldiers to burn villages? You dehumanize the people there, usually on the basis of race. So it's not really confusing. In a way, it's like a coping mechanism. These people are doing incredibly evil things to people. They have to justify it by saying, well, we're the superior race and they were, born to serve us. So it's not actually bad what we're doing. Just like you wouldn't, feel bad about, killing a cow that you raised to eat. That's their purpose, right? Jewish NBA Commissioner David Stern is in the Epstein emails begging Jeffrey to get him into a conference for free, refusing to wait in the conference lobby because, quote, that's for the Goyim. So again, it's like you understand, this just informs their mindset. This is the way they think about stuff. Wait in a lobby? I don't do that. I'm Jewish. I don't wait like these other people. I'm the chosen. Like, that's their mindset. Now, I'm not projecting that onto them. That's what they're saying. And do you think if that's how they feel about waiting in line at a conference, like, how do you think they make business decisions? How do you think they operate in their own life? I mean, this should be like one of the biggest scandals out there. And it should be the Jewish community that is most vociferously condemning this mindset and ousting these people from polite society in the exact same way that it would happen if it was suddenly discovered a giant tranche of emails of, I don't know, J.D. Vance and Donald Trump saying the N-word a bunch. Wait in the lobby, I'm not a blank. It's like, whoa, dude, no, that's not okay. Like, we aren't okay with that. We aren't okay with you talking like that in private, because that just means it's how your mindset is. And you're lying to us the rest of the time when you're pretending not to be like that. Again, it's not confusing. This isn't difficult. We've been through this before with white people. A woman named Masha tells Epstein that he should only work with genetically tested Jews, claiming it correlates to being smart. She told Epstein, "You're 98% Jew. You're very smart." Victim Maria Farmer said Epstein and Ghislaine would often talk of their superiority to quote-unquote Gentiles. And here they're talking about doing 23andMe genetic tests to determine who's Jewish. So, it's not a matter of religion, right? It's not a matter of conversion. It's not a matter of belief. It's a matter of genetics. So it is racism at its purest form. But then you've got non-Jewish people like Madonna in the files. She apparently was on TV talking about Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism, and Jeffrey Epstein and others are mocking her, basically being like, she thinks she's Jewish. She's not. She's still a goyim. So it doesn't matter if you convert or you don't want to believe it's a genetic thing, it's a bloodline thing, it's a familial thing, just like the mafia, just like nobility. Just so we understand what we're dealing with here. And once again, I say if you are a Jewish person that is sort of feeling the hairs of the back of your neck prick up because you're sensing anti-Semitism, calm down. Calm down. The only thing that inspires anti-Semitism from this is if you have a bunch of Jewish people defending this stuff because they think they have to. You don't have to defend any of this, and you damn well shouldn't. Just like Mike Cernovich. He's Jewish. He doesn't hesitate for a second to say this is wrong, and I denounce it. It's easy. It's actually not that hard to denounce. I denounce white supremacy. You can denounce Jewish supremacy, and we can come together as Americans. Don't think that this reflects on you unless you make it reflect on you. Okay? Just want to clarify that. Now, folks, I wasn't able to get to a tenth of what I got to today, of what I have today to get to. I'm going to bring all this back tomorrow. I've got videos that you're not going to believe. It's just crazy, and we're going to just hit the ground running with this tomorrow and probably the next day and probably the day after that. Still a lot more to reveal. Hopefully I've given you an overview of how we can think about this. But I once again want to reemphasize that none of this is new to any of us here at InfoWars. None of this is really all that surprising. None of it has made me change the way I think about any of this. And I can play videos from 5 years ago talking about Jeffrey Epstein, showing that we understood all of this already. And we've been behaving with this knowledge as a part of our data bank for the last 20 years. So people that are just understanding this and just coming to terms with what is being revealed and who think that oh my God, we need to come up with a plan to solve this. No. The revelation of these documents is proof that our plan is working, is proof that our strategy is the right one and has tangible, effective, monumental, and devastating results against the New World Order. So if you want to know how to fight this, InfoWars has shown you the blueprint, and we will continue to fight this with absolutely everything we've got. All you have to do is go to thealexjonesstore.com, support us, get yourself a new knife, get yourself some of the energy drinks, the Mind Fuel from Optimal Human, one of my favorites. We have to hide it in the office because everybody tries to drink it because they're so good and powerful. It's Mind Fuel, thealexjonesstore.com. We got the new smelling salts. We've got a variety of new knives on massive discount. Make great gifts. Go to thealexjonesstore.com today, and I leave you with a final word from Alex Jones.
I was one of the first to start covering the Epstein, Mossad, MI6, CIA, honeypot blackmailing operation 18 years ago. And yet again, we're vindicated, folks. Yet again, exactly what we said is dead on target. Human trafficking, sex slavery, pedophilia, the occult, torture of children, mass blackmail. These are sociopathic predators who hate humanity. And now it's all come out. And it's a huge victory that the populist movement forced us to come out. Now we need prosecutions. But even if the system doesn't prosecute, they're convicted in public opinion. They can run, they can't hide. They could only operate in the secret before, in the shadows. That was their power, and now they've lost it. That's why all of you that have supported, the info over the years, this victory is your victory. This is our victory. This victory belongs to the people of humanity, not just Americans, but around the world. So I salute you all. Thanks for your support. We're in this together. We got more big news to break. We'll always be ahead of the curve. Tomorrow's news today. We'll always tell the truth. As long as you back us, we'll be here. I'll never sell out, never give in, never back down, but I could give out without your support. I salute you all. The answer 1984 to 1776. I'm here to announce a new, extremely exciting product at thealexjonestore.com, and that's Mind Fuel. Brought to you by the same folks that developed Optimal Human. This is an Optimal Human product. We set out with our sponsor, Bigley, to come out with a clean, nootropic energy shot that doesn't have any letdown, but gives you clean energy. This stuff is so strong, though, I take half a shot in the morning, it's a big shot, and another half in the afternoon if I need to work late. But again, you can still sleep on it because it's not a traditional stimulant. So if you loved Optimal Human, the strongest, best, super nutrient-packed green drink out there, available right now, thealexjonestore.com, you are going to love Mind Fuel. And when I go through these ingredients, go research these for yourself, and then know, when you find out how great they are, that we have the very best and the very strongest in this product, Mind Fuel, available right now at thealexjonestore.com. Nootropic Mind Fuel is here. This clean, caffeine-free energy shot is designed for clear thinking, steady focus, and zero compromise. It's time to abandon sugary energy drinks and stimulant-heavy formulas in favor of clean, functional, nootropic-based energy. 0 calories, sugar-free, benefit, no crash, no blood sugar spike. Advantage can be used daily